Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's second video. We're going to have a look at the GWV extended model for today's second video. This is your 30-day European outlook / 42-day European outlook for the UK and the rest of Europe as well. And I should get on that for you in a moment. Just to say about the first video in the series, our 6 AM UK weather forecast. Got a 10 to 14 day with all of the breaking features on the way too. Please like, share and subscribe on all of today's pieces of content. Thank you so much everyone for doing that. And thank you so much to ECMWF.int for supplying the charts and the data as well, by the way. Thank you so much, EC. Right, let me just put my foot up. I'm in quite a lot of pain tonight. I've been live streaming for 70 minutes. Oh, there we go. That's better. Right, okay, let's do this then. So we're going to start off with week 1. Means it on pressure anomaly from the 1st through to the 8th of July. It's next week, or this week, we'll see low pressure dominating in the North Atlantic into Northern and West Europe. High pressure's pulled out into the central part of the Atlantic. Most parts of Europe look like they're under some sort of low pressure. The wind will be coming in from the west or from the northwest, and the jet stream will as well, like that. This is how the 500 millibar height anomaly from the Arctic and the North Pole is looking. Again, below average heights, low pressure in the North Atlantic into Northern West Europe. High pressure from the Azores pulled away from us, and the wind flow and jet stream on the northwest southeast alignment there. So the temperature looks cool across most western parts of Europe and into central areas as well. So below average temperatures in the west and through to the central regions. The core of the the core of the below average temperatures appears to be through France, Low Countries and Germany, where we're possibly down to 3 to 6 degrees below average. Also southern Norway as well. But more widely, many parts of Europe, right away from UK and Ireland in the west, all the way over towards Poland in the east and down to the Balkans, coming out either 1 or 2 degrees below average. So really quite a cool scene across much of Europe in the week ahead during this week. It's a little bit warmer for Portugal into the far western portion of Spain. Eastern Spain, though, coming out below average. Much of the Mediterranean comes out with cooler than average temperatures. Well, remember, these are anomalies to average. So if it's like a 2 or 3 degrees below average through the central bowl of the bed into southern France, it will still be very warm. Temperatures will still be into the 20s Celsius quite widely, but not as warm as you would expect at this point of the year. There is an exception, the extreme eastern portion of Europe and into western Russia, looking much warmer, even hotter through there. So some of the Greek islands above average. That becomes more so as we get towards Turkey, then up to the Black Sea, towards particularly eastern parts of the Ukraine, and then going towards Belarus as well, above average temperatures there, although the Baltic Sea states of Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania, and up to Finland are coming out cooler than normal. And then the core of the heat, the core of the warmth, is really through western and northwestern parts of Russia, where we're 6 to 10 degrees above average, so a real heat wave going on up there. Precipitation looks like this. So much of northern Europe looks quite wet in the week ahead. We've got large portions of Scandinavia and the Baltic Sea states wetter than average. This extends in towards parts of Germany and the Low Countries as well. Bit of a mix of the UK and Ireland, and then western France comes out with dry than average conditions, and then western Spain and into Portugal, dry than average. Although interestingly, eastern Spain is a bit wetter than average, and some parts of the central part of the Med also coming out wetter than average, including like the Balearic Islands, which is quite unusual this time of the year, and also Corsica and Sardinia and through towards Italy. So obviously there must be quite a few thunderstorms knocking around through the Mediterranean. This week we go over the Adriatic into the Balkans, wetter than average there, and as we come up towards Romania and over towards the Black Sea as well, it's drier there, but wetter through, these far eastern portions of Europe, where, again, there must be some heavy showers and thunderstorms going on. Right, week 2 will be the 8th and 15th of July. So a bit of a change to northern Europe as high pressure starts building in the far north and northeast. So sorry again, everybody. Low pressure's out in the Atlantic, so probably still quite unsettled for Western Europe. But with high pressure building to the northeast, it should start to bring the wind around to more of a southerly southeast. So I'd imagine temperatures should be increasing across much of Europe through the second week of July. 500 millibar height show we've got a trough centre to the west of France, Ireland and the UK. above average heights, high pressure through central, northern and eastern Europe. This should be a warmer week. Let's have a look. Yes, we see temperature anomalies lifting up quite widely across much of Europe, especially again these eastern regions, so like Poland, towards Ukraine, towards Belarus and the Baltic Sea states, particularly through Ukraine, around the Black Sea, and going northwards into southwestern Russia. We see temperature is 3 to 6 degrees above average, really hot in the eastern portion of Europe. Some of that warmth is extending into the west, so there's definitely a lift up in the temperature going on through France, low touch Germany, Scandinavia, even to the UK and Ireland, although only by about a degree or so, but nevertheless temperature is picking up a little bit. Portugal still a bit cooler than average, and possibly some parts of the Republic of Ireland still a bit on the cool side. Eastern parts of Spain looking quite warm, and much of the Med seeing a warm up as well, and especially so from Italy down towards Greece and Turkey. Temperature anomalies are wetter than average through France, UK and Ireland. That's because of that trough sitting just to the west of the UK, Ireland, France. And this might be a thundery scenario. You know, this precipitation might be thundery in nature. Many other areas looking relatively dry, though. Much of the Med looking dry, and the far eastern side of Europe looking pretty dry as well. Scandinavia seeing a mix, and into those Nordic regions seeing a mix, but generally getting drier the further northwards and eastwards you go there. Week 3 will be the 15th to the 22nd of July. Well, now we start seeing the high pressure sitting across many northern and also western parts of Europe, so that will bring a change to more summer-like conditions there, possibly going a little bit more unsettled through some of these southern and southeastern portions of Europe. What about the 500 millibar heights? That seems to show high pressure just building generally across much of Europe, actually, as we go through the third week of July. Temperature anomalies are warmest again over on the eastern side, especially towards the Black Sea, 3-6 degrees above average, despite the build of pressure not particularly warm through Western Europe. I mean, much of France is like about average, maybe a bit on the cool side. Ireland and the UK, again, near normal, slightly above, nothing to get excited about. The Mediterranean looks relatively warm, and as far as precipitation goes, a weakening signal as ever. Further out we go, but looking relatively dry, I think, and about high pressure through these western parts of Europe, maybe a bit wetter up towards Norway and Sweden. Week 4 will be the 22nd to 29th of July. The high pressure weakening then, low pressure through the southern, eastern, southeastern portions of Europe. 500 millibar height anomaly, still with some higher pressure towards Scandinavia, albeit it is shrinking and weakening. Temperature anomalies, again, the warmest anomalies to average are over on the eastern and southeastern side of Europe, nearer normal to maybe rather on the coolest side through those more western regions. Weakening signal though, and a very weak signal for precipitation as always by week 4, but possibly signs of some rainfall coming back into the Atlantic anyway, maybe a bit drier over towards the eastern side of Europe. Right, that is your 30-day look ahead done, but let's go for weeks 5 and 6 data before we go. So week 5 will be the 29th of July to the 5th of August. Whoops, what do we go here? That shows that we've got low pressure in the far north of the Atlantic. Otherwise, very weak signal, really, for the 500 millibar height. So some high pressure in the Atlantic this time, maybe some lower pressure up here. Temperature anomalies, again, like the strongest signal for above average temperature in the far eastern portion of Europe. Otherwise, it's about average, a little bit on the cool side, not much to get excited about. And you've already seen precipitation anomaly patterns seem to get being a bit dry through western parts of Europe. And then lastly, week 6 will be the 5th through to the 12th of August. Again, very weak signals for mean pressure anomaly. 500 millibar height seems to show some higher pressure though through northern and also western parts of Europe. The temperature anomaly lifting up maybe a little bit into August quite widely, and rather on the drier side, especially through western parts of Europe there. Let's put your foot down. Right, okay, so that is it for your 30-day extended European outlook. If you've enjoyed the video, please like, share and subscribe. Maybe just a snapshot what model is shown could look completely different when we look at it again for the UK and Ireland focus video on Saturday, or indeed next Tuesday for the extended European outlook. If you have enjoyed the forecast, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks so much, everyone, for doing that. And we're going to be back a little bit later on with your 10 to 14 dayer. But for this one, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.